Oh, okay, I got you already.
And then I'll pass.
All right.
All right.
Draw for turn.
All right. So what's the plan, dude? I don't know what
I
my
will
plan
go
is.
ahead and I think I'll have to.
Hey, how's it going, everyone? Streaming a red blue items deck tonight. Gonna give it a shot. I played in a set champs on the weekend and I got first, so I got the champion. I did put out a video today on YouTube, set champs, the deck that I played, and all the matchups that I had. So if you're interested in that, check that out. We're gonna be playing a different deck tonight. How it goes. Did any of you play in a set champs this weekend? Hello. Can you hear me?
Yep.
Your sound is like super quiet. I'm not.
Can you hear me better now?
Oh yeah, that's better. I'm streaming right now, just so you know.
Gotcha.
Is half cut okay?
Yep. I'll keep.
Okay, I'm gonna. Alright, I'm gonna.
Gotcha. Good luck. I'll start us off. I will ink a Maui to play a Diablo. Okay. Let's pop on one, Koi on two, season one, three. Bell shift. You also have brawl. Your go.
Bro. Think Bell. It's a cool.
Draw. Ink a Gaston.
In this case, we have a line where we Sapphire.
Discard. Improvise to shift Diablo. Play an airfoil quest for one. Here you go.
Bro.
I'll draw Diablo.
Yep. My Ink Brawl. You will play Sapphire Coil.
I'll draw. Cards in hand.
I have 5.
You can improvise. Play Diablo. I'll quest for 1 and say pass.
Draw.
I'll draw Diablo.
Quest for 1. Pass. And no ink here.
I'll draw.
Actually.
Quest.
Cards in here.
I'll play improvise. Hypnotize.
I will discard. Be prepared.
I'll draw off the discard. I think it's super goof and pass.
Draw.
I'll draw twice.
Crazy that I'm not getting quest for pass.
Oh. Yeah, this would be a totally different game. Because your hand was great into this. I guess I'll quest again.
Can't get worse than this, right?
Improvise, draw a card. Ink and Maui. Say hypnotize.
Discard another beat rep.
Draw a card of hypnotize. Airfoil, draw a card. And here we go.
Draw.
I'll draw twice.
Ink Bell will Sapphire Coil the shifted Diablo.
I'll draw. Brimstone. I'll sing Senjo.
Discard Maurice.
I'll draw a card off Brimstone. I'll make 1 cast Diablo. Hypnotize.
Discard how far I'll go.
I'll draw 1 Brimstone. 1 off the hypnotize. Airfoil effect to draw. And I just played John so fast.
Draw.
I'll draw off Diablo.
3. Pass.
Get your cards in hand.
I have 2.
Draw.
Deck is off to a start, but he hasn't really
I'll ink Gaston.
cards now.
Play Do It Again to grab Hypnotize. I'll play Hypnotize.
Card Lucky Dime.
Draw John, draw Hypnotize. Airfoil effect, draw a card. I'll play 1 cast Diablo. Yep. I'll quest to 9. And pass.
Draw.
I'll drop Diablo.
Ink Fishbone Quill. Fire Coil Blow. Full challenge shown.
I'll draw. I'll be prep. Should have quested first, but it's fine. Ink a Brawl and pass.
Damage Krakatoa and pass.
I'll draw. I'll play Diablo. I'll play Prince
Hey,
John.
Newsy. I won set champs
I'll link
with
Crush
a
Mary.
Steel Song
I'll
deck.
play Prince John. And I'll pass.
Draw. Do 1 for Vitalosphere. I'll pay 1 to draw on the work.
Mm-hmm.
Pass.
You don't mind me asking, how many unequals are you on?
I only have, I think, 50. Like, I drew.
Oh. Yeah. Quest for 5. Six, Pirate's Life. Hypnotize, nothing. Draw. Airfoil effect, draw. Inca Strike, you match pass.
Draw. Get this card, so you got it. Good game.
Gotcha, good game.
Back in your next one.
You too.
Yeah, I'm not sure how we drew every uninkable deck. It was my first game with the deck, so maybe it just needs to be shuffled a little bit more. Maybe that'll be a little bit better. I find even after you shuffle a deck, like a deck gets like more. If you with it, gets a little bit more balanced. Not being able to play anything for like 3 turns. Far behind. He had so many cards. So we couldn't touch even though we had answers in our hand. We're just you guys play any set champs on the weekend? Let me know in the chat how it went. I got first place running Steel Song. I didn't lose a single game all day, so I won. It was best of 3, but I won every match 2-0. I did intentionally draw in round 5. But, the first 4 rounds I 2-0'd, and then top 8, top 4, and finals I 2-0'd all those. It went really good for me. After the frustrations that I had last weekend, I played in 2 and I got knocked out of top 4 of both by the same deck, essentially.
Hello.
How's it going?
Fine, and you?
Pretty good. I'm streaming right now, just so you know.
Okay, perfect.
Playing any set champs?
Just one last week.
How did it go?
Bad, so bad.
Half cut okay?
Perfect.
I'm gonna put 4 back.
6 for me.
Gamma fan says, took dogs to top 8, lost to the winner. Only 2 matches. So tough when that happens, but sometimes that's balls. Like last weekend, I lost both top 4 to Dogs, and I beat them both in Swiss. And
Okay, I'm ready when you are.
good luck,
GG.
Yamatoa, and pass.
Draw.
I think the Dogs deck is still really good. You have any more set champs to play in, Bama?
I'm Diablo. Play Diablo. Okay. Pass.
Draw. Brawl. 2 for Tipo. Think that card.
Draw the turn.
In this deck, it's really important to get your workshop set up so you can get drag. Sure.
King Muses. Play Morph. Goes for 1 and pass.
Ink Coil. 4. How far I'll go.
Mhm.
And hand that one. Pass.
Draw the turn.
A little bit worried about
Mimic
like
Strength
discard
of Raging Fire.
there.
For 3, play John.
Their items, especially the
Sing
50.
Sudden Chill.
I'll discard Screwed.
Okay, draw. For the John. Goes for 1 with Diablo. Pass.
Draw. 3. I'll play Maurice Workshop
Mm-hmm.
for 1 popsicle card. A1 shop. Ink Sale for 1 popsicle. And Tipo will trade with Morph. And Pat. I have 3
Draw.
cards.
Okay.
Getting triggers here off the workshop.
I'm gonna play Pink Pit. For 2, play Ursula. Okay. Okay. For 2, Sudden Chill.
Discard a coil.
Draw. Quest for 3, pass.
Do 4 for how far I'll go. Like that. Ink Brawl. 2, play Sapphire Coil, and then I'll pay 1. I'll pass. 2 cards.
Okay, draw.
big Sisu or attempt to be sport.
Discard. Let the storm rage on. Shift Diablo. For 3. Play hit. Quest 4. Pass.
Draw.
Draw.
An Ink Sapphire Coil will give -2 to your Diablo with this coil. The 3 play Sisu to get rid of Diablo. 3 play a Workshop, and then I'll pay 1 draw off the other Workshop. And pass.
Draw. Uses. Play 2. Ursula. Okay. Goes with 4. Pass.
Draw. For 4, play Grammatala. Put him. Popsicles. Yamatoa. 6. Stay this time. Just my hand.
Draw for turn.
We need a board answer this turn.
Two cards in hand, right?
Yeah.
Okay. With 5. Okay, we don't talk about Bruno. Sisu. The middle one.
One.
Middle one, it's okay.
Yeah. Popsicle.
Draw for the John.
Yeah.
Goes for 5. If we don't talk about Bruno, pass.
Draw. A1 for Popsicle. Card. A1 first work card. Second work. We'll quest 2. A popsicle. 3. Draw a card. A1. Draw. Ink. Yamatoa. Give -2 strength.
Okay.
For 3. We'll do Sisu. 3. We'll do Sisu on Paula. Paula will take out John. Tap 4 items. A Scrooge 3, 4 items there. And pass.
Draw for turn. Push for 1. Play 3. Restraints on Sisu. One pass.
Draw for turn. Scrooge is going to sing How Far I'll Go.
Okay.
That one. Banishes Popsicle to play Bell for free. Grandma Tala will challenge Ursula. Uses Popsicle to heal the 2 damage off of Grandma. Six. Kamatoa, I'll bring back. Quest for 2. It's Tamatoa. Play another shop for free. A1 off the first workshop. A1 second work. For 2, play Sail. Card. Ink Grandma. Popsicle. Card. A1 draw off. Play another bell for free. Getting quest with CC.
Draw. 1, 3. Play Pete. Ink Bruno. Pass.
Turn. And Ink Sail.
Mhm.
Use Sapphire Coil to strength for 6. Shift 2. 8 ink left.
It's yours. Thank you.
Yep, GG. So, I mean, we would have got there. We removed his character. I was going to play 8 for Tamatoa. We had a bunch of items. Our board was huge, so we'd win next turn. So he'd play a character. If he didn't have a character to play, then we would just auto win. Have to maybe find removal, but deck finally started to pop off at the last possible second there, which was good. We were able to stop him. Deck requires a lot of board space to play. Once you get all your items and characters on the go, there's a lot. Hey Jeremy, my weekend was good. I did win set champ, so I was really happy about that. I got first place with Steel Song, 25-person set champ, so that went really. I feel a little bit bad playing this deck because it does so many actions in a turn that it takes a while. I'm trying to do them as quickly as possible while still not. Honestly, it could be really easy to. A lot of decks can interact with your hand and with your board, but they don't run a lot of stuff to interact with your items. So having a crazy amount of items and our items being draw seems pretty strong in current meta. Did any of you play in a set champ over the weekend? Hello.
Hello. Nice mat.
Thanks. Yeah, I just got it on Saturday.
Trying to scare me off, because it's working.
I'm streaming right now, just so you know.
All right.
Playing any set champs?
I got my first this Sunday.
Is this the deck you're going to be playing?
I don't know. I'm torn between two.
Yeah, it's always hard to decide.
Just a half cut for your spine?
Yeah, half cuts.
Okay.
Hey, bro, Hamilton, how's it going? Testing out blue-red items.
Page 4. 1, 2, 3, 4.
Not doing pretty good. You're 1-1 with the deck so far. Interesting. Starts to pop off, it goes crazy though. I'm just gonna keep these.
Nice. And just so you know, man, I'm sorry. I've got a couple proxies in my deck
Yeah, that's no.
because I'm trying this out. So thank you. And whenever you're ready, I can start.
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay. I will.
How's
Start by
this
inking
for the audio,
Shanto,
Roger? Do you find this better?
Happy as a clam, black and white proxy. 2-1 for a Vitalis Sphere. Pass.
All right. Draw. I'm gonna ink brawl. Play a popsicle. Draw. Banish the popsicle to play bell. Pass.
I wish. Turn. Brick City over here.
Yeah, my first game was insane. I drew like 7 uninkables in a row. I couldn't even get to 3 ink.
Brickville.
Yeah, it was not good.
All right. I'll ink this grandma.
Okay, I turned up the gain on my
Return.
microphone, see if that helps
With
the
sail.
audio.
Drop. Oh my goodness.
Maybe you're
Okay,
just
Vitalis
deaf,
Sphere.
Roger.
Pass.
Okay, draw. I'm gonna ink Fishbone Quill for 2. I'll play Tipo. I'll ink that card, and then I'll quest for 1. And pass.
Draw for turn. Okay, Maui Shark. Do 3. Small Sisu and Tipo. Now pass.
Okay, draw. I'm gonna ink Vitalisphere for 4. I'll play Scrooge. Look at the top 4. I'm gonna put Sapphire Coil in my hand.
Is this a mirror? I think so.
Seems like it might be. And then I'll quest for 1 with Bell and pass.
Drop. Popsicle. Drop. Okay, Tamatoa. It's too big for now. I'll banish the Vitalis Sphere. Top 1. Trade with Bell.
Yep.
For 3. Do another Sisu. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, I'll pass.
Okay. Draw. Scrooge is gonna sing How Far I'll Go. I'll put that one in hand, that one in ink. For 2, play Sapphire Coil. I'm gonna ink brawl. Well, we'll give this minus to your Sisu. For 3, I'll Sisu your Sisu.
You didn't need to do that, Mike.
And pass. Yeah, I'm just trying to get in the habit of always using the Sapphire Coil when I ink.
Yeah. Draw for 10. 4 Screech.
Yeah, I'm gonna be streaming all week. I gotta figure out what deck to run this weekend. I don't want to run Steel Song again. I want to play something different at the set champs I play this weekend. Now that I got the mat, I don't have to play the OPest deck.
I'll reveal Sapphire Coil. Put it in my hand. That's nuts. I have to ink it. I'll pass.
Yeah, that's unfortunate. Draw. I'm gonna ink Tamatoa. We'll give the -2 to your Scrooge. For 6, I'm gonna play Tamatoa, and I will bring back Popsicle to my hand. For 1, play Popsicle, draw. And then I will quest for 2. And pass. So we definitely have the board tempo advantage here. He's struggling with inkables, which means that he probably does have a B prep for the following turn. But we'll see. See, if he exerts the Scrooge and he doesn't have the coil, it favors us, because then we can just ink and do like a... We can take out his Scrooge without losing ours.
Fishbone. Which I'm gonna ink. Then I'll trade with your duck. Pass.
Okay, draw. We'll do 4 for Grandma. Look at the top 2. That one on bottom. I will quest for 2. And pass. I'm a little wary of the board wipe here, so I don't want to overcommit resources to the board, because we don't have a workshop to just like refill our hand here. So ideally, he board wipes here, I'll play Scrooge and we'll hit the workshop, hopefully with his dig.
Okay, Maui Shark. 8. Sisu. Quest. Pass.
Okay, draw. I'm gonna do 4 for Scrooge. Look at the top 4. Take a Popsicle to hand. I'm going to ink Tipo, so the coil will give -2 to Scrooge, and then Tamatoa is going to challenge Scrooge. Take 2 damage. Pay 1 for the Popsicle, draw. I'm going to use the Popsicle to heal.
Beautiful.
And I will... quest for 1. And pass. I don't mind if he attacks with the Sisu there on the Grammatala, because it stops him from questing for 3.
Or Grandma.
And if
Top 2.
he does that, then we can kill it without dying with one of our other characters with the Sapphire Coil. So that's why I want to keep the Tipo in hand for now. So it's like just the ink for our coil.
Take out Tomato. Pass.
Draw. And Ink Tipo will give the -2 to Grandma. For 8, I'm going to play the big Tamatoa. And I will bring back a Popsicle to my hand. For 1, play Popsicle, draw. And then I will quest for 2. And pass. So the big Tamatoa is a threat here. If you can't board wipe, it's going to quest for 4 and start like recurring Popsicles. Might force them into doing the B prep.
3, 4, 5.
Which is also fine because we can
Molly
Tamatoa here.
Into Scrooge.
Yeah, the fact that he can't remove the Tamatoa here is really strong.
Trade Grandma. Pop.
Maybe I'll play Blurple tomorrow. Okay, draw. Okay, for 3, we'll play a Workshop. Have any items in here? No. All right. I'll use a Popsicle, and then I'm going to quest for 4. And I'll return the Popsicle to my hand. Pay 1 for Popsicle, draw Popsicle. Pay 1 for the Workshop, draw Workshop. I'm going to play Scrooge for free by exerting all of our items, and I'll look for an item. I'm going to put Lucky Dime in hand. For 4, I'll play How Far I'll Go. That one in ink. I'm going to ink a Sail. And pass.
Draw turn. Brother, you got it.
Alright, good game. Yeah, you had a really bad start there.
Eesh. Holy snap, dude. I got a pile shuffle this deck.
Yeah, my first game, like this is only the 3rd game I played tonight. The first game I played, I got to 2 ink and I couldn't get to 3 ink for like 4 turns after that. So
that's crazy.
Yeah.
When you brick with this deck, you brick.
Yeah, exactly. It seems a little rough, but it's getting better. I think
it's fun. It's fun, yeah.
Yeah, it's fun when it pops off and you just like do a whole bunch of things.
Yeah.
All right, well, good luck in your set champs this weekend.
Hey, thank you, man. I appreciate it. Thank you for the game, brother.
Yeah, GG.
Have a nice stream. Bye.
Thanks. Roger, the tourneys in Halifax, so there's one this Sunday at Strictly, and then there's one on the following Saturday at Deckbox. So we have 2 left coming up, so one each weekend. I'm definitely playing in the one coming this weekend. Hey, Sam. Yeah, you're welcome for the game. Thanks for the game. And thanks for the follow. Hello.
How's it going?
Good, how are you?
Good.
I'm streaming right now, just so you know.
Okay. I think they'll see a pretty interesting deck here.
I'm curious.
It's very, very strange.
Did you play in any set champs?
I did, yeah. I'm done for this season, but I played 3 of them. I got top 3 in one
Nice.
of them with yellow purple aggro.
Nice. I played against somebody running that deck on this weekend when I won my mat.
It's a good deck.
Yeah, it is good. I was playing Steel Song, so it's like kind of a good matchup for that deck, but
I'll put 5 back.
okay. I'm gonna put 4 back. I'm trying out a new deck tonight, and the mulligans are a little bit weird. I'm not sure what the best way to keep is, so we'll see how this goes.
I promise you, it's probably not weirder than my deck.
No.
It's a very strange deck. Okay. All right, go ahead.
All right, good luck.
Good luck.
I'm gonna Ink Brawl and pass.
Okay, can I draw? Oh my god, is there a chance of you playing my deck? That'd be crazy if you are. Ink, Brawl, and Pass. Okay. Ink. Ink, Brawl, and Pass.
Draw.
Please play this deck. Let's see it. Let's see your other color.
I'm gonna Ink Bell.
Ah, damn it, it's not.
We'll do 2 for Tipo, and I will ink that one and pass.
Okay, I'll draw. Okay. Ink. I'm gonna hope that this is useless because against blue-red, ink another brawl. 2 for an Ursula. Pass.
All right, draw. Interesting. All right. Gonna ink Scrooge for 4. Play how far I'll go.
Uh-huh.
I'll ink that one. Put that one in hand. And I'll quest for 1 and pass.
Okay. I'll draw. Oh my goodness. Ink. Teeth and Ambitions. Pay 3 for an Aerial. Keep. World's Greatest. There's no way you play Goofy, right? There's absolutely no way. I'll swing for 1 into your Tipo. And pass.
Okay. Draw. We'll do 3 for Workshop.
Yep.
1 for Vitalosphere, and then I'll pay 1 to draw off Workshop.
Yep.
I'm gonna ink Grandma, and then I'll pay 1 to use this, power up Tipo, and take out Ursula.
Okay.
And pass.
Draw. Oh, shit.
Hey, thanks for the follow.
How do I want to do this? Pay 3 for another aerial. 3, 4. Keep. Look at this family.
Okay. Yeah, I'm curious what this deck is doing.
Ink. Oh my goodness. What am I inking? I'll ink the Pirate's Life.
At least we can start chaining our
pass.
card draws here now. Alright, draw. I'll do 1 for Popsicle. Draw. I'll pay 1 to draw off Workshop.
Yep.
We'll do 2 for Sapphire Coil. I'm not going to draw. We'll Ink Tipo, reduce the strength of one of your aerials, and then for 3 we'll Sisu, the one that I did that to, and pass.
Okay, let's draw.
We do have Tamatoa in hand here, so we
for
can
another aerial.
bring back items and maybe get this dime out for free.
It's 3, 4. Keep. Be King Undisputed.
So he's going to be King the Sisu here, probably.
Sing it here.
Yeah.
I mean, at this point, I have to do this, right? I'll link an aerial. Sorry, Rapunzel.
Yeah.
And pass.
Okay. Draw. We'll use the Popsicle. And then for 6, play Tamatoa. I'm going to bring back Popsicle and Vitalosphere.
Okay.
I'll Ink Sail. For 1, we will play the Vitalosphere. I'm not going to draw. And then I'll pay 1 to use it. Rush in and take out Ariel. And pass.
Okay. Draw. That's not nice.
I don't know what kind of combos he's trying to do, but we'll try and slow him down because we should eventually win here.
You won't let me sing my songs. All right. I'll ink. Look at this family. And pass.
Okay. Wrong. We'll do 1 for Popsicle.
Yeah.
Draw. I'll pay 1 for the Workshop to draw.
Yeah.
Two for another Coil. 1 for Workshop draw. Do 3 for Quill.
Uh-huh.
And then I will tap these.
Play Scrooge.
Yeah, I'll tap all of these. Play Scrooge for free. For an item. I'll take a Workshop. That in hand.
Uh-huh.
Tamatoa will quest for 2.
Yep.
I'll play Lucky Dime for free.
Yep.
I'll use the Popsicle to heal Tamatoa.
Yep.
And I'll pass there.
Okay, I'll draw. How many cards do you have? A lot, right?
I have 2.
Oh, okay. That's not too bad.
Yeah, so when this deck starts to pop off, it really gets a lot of value out of like very little.
I'll link another Rapunzel. I'll quest 1. And I'll be prep. pass.
Okay. Draw. We'll do 1 for Vitalosphere, then I'll pay 1 for the workshop.
Yep.
I pay 4 for how far I'll go.
Yep.
We will ink that one. I will ink Fishbone Quill and pass.
Drop. Fishbone Quill Yellow. Seven for Rick Ralph. Pull back Ariel. She's a princess. I'll
Yep.
gain 2 lore. I'll link a Queen of Hearts, and I'll pass.
Okay. Draw. Okay. I'll do 3 for a workshop. I'll pay 1 to draw off the other workshop. Do 1 for Vitalosphere. I'll pay 1 for the first workshop. Pay 1 for the second workshop. Do 1 for Popsicle, draw.
Yep.
I'm not gonna pay anything there. I'm gonna ink Sail.
Yep.
For 1 Popsicle, draw. And then I'll pay 1 for workshop. I'll pay 1 for the other workshop. I'll banish a Popsicle to play Bell for free.
Oh no. I know where this is going. Oh no.
And we'll pass there.
I'm so scared. I'll draw. Okay. I'm not scared anymore. We'll go 3 for an Ariel. 1, 2.
So with
3,
the double coil
4.
here, we could potentially
That's a huge miss.
wipe his whole board because we can get the Ralph down to 2. And we can get the Ariel if he doesn't play anything else with more than
guess then
2
I
strength.
will. What am I gonna do? I need that. I'm never gonna use this. I'll ink the Rapunzel for 6. I'll play Medusa. Get rid of that bell. Because I don't want you to shift. I'll quest for 2 and pass.
Yeah. Draw. I'm gonna ink Tipo, and I'll use both coils on Ralph. And I'll use Quill, and I will ink that one. I'll use the coils on Medusa, and then I'll do 8 for Big Sisu to get everybody.
Okay.
And then I'll do 2 for Dime on Sisu. And I will pass there.
Okay, I'll draw. I'll go 3 for World's Greatest. Yeah. I'll go 6 for a Maui and pass.
Okay. Draw. I'll use Popsicle. I'm gonna pay 6 for Tamatoa. We'll bring back 2 Popsicles.
Mm-hmm.
Pay 1 Popsicle, draw. And then I'll, excuse me, pay 1 for the first workshop, draw. Pay 1 for the second workshop, draw. I'll do 2 for a dime on Tamatoa. Do 1 for another Popsicle, draw. 1 for the workshop, draw. I will ink with Quill. That one. And then I'll pay a Scrooge for free. I'll tap these 4. No items. And then I'll tap these 4.
For another Scrooge.
For another Scrooge. This time we'll take a Popsicle.
Mm-hmm.
That and pass.
A draw. Oh my god. I'll pay 7 for Look at This Family.
And then obviously
6, 7.
we have like a billion items here, and we got the
2,
Tamatoa dime.
3, 4, 5. I'll keep 2 of my characters. Keep a shark, and I'll keep a Medusa. I will gain a lore for that. I will sing Pirate's Life here. Gain 3. And pass.
Okay. Ready up. I have. It's gonna count how many items I have. I got 5.
Is it Spirit Bomb time?
Pretty much. Yeah, I got 5, 10 items. I got 4 on board. Yeah, and I have like the Tamatoa, so that's 20.
Oh yeah.
Plus, I have more items in hand I could play. So. Yeah, this deck's kind of bonkers once it gets going.
I just needed to sing at the beginning of the game one time. I shouldn't have exerted my Ursula for your Tivo to take it out. That was a critical mistake on my side.
I know. I was like, oh, I don't know what he's trying to do, so I better just get rid of this Tivo right now.
So, yeah, I got greedy. I had a Rapunzel in hand, so I was hoping I could just swing again and play Rapunzel and then sing something.
I got you.
Yeah, no, it was too greedy. But yeah, this is a crazy deck. Someone played it at my last set champs. They couldn't get away with it, but it's when it's on for sure. It's a little too slow, I think.
Yeah, there's definitely decks that can get under it pretty easily. If you don't draw your like board wipe when you need it, it's like over.
Yeah, absolutely. Or like any discard decks can just destroy your hand too. And,
yeah, and like I found that like if I get the workshop, oh, it's pretty good. If I don't get the workshop, then like what do I do?
It's just trash. Yeah.
but it's fun anyway. So good game.
Good game.
All right, cheers.
See ya.
Yeah, so the deck goes absolutely crazy. You get a ton of items out there. So like the Tamatoa dime would have got, with what we had in hand, like 13 lore, plus the 4 lore that we had already sitting on board. And obviously when our other Tamatoa quest, he plays one of the items in our hand for free. So yeah, there was nothing that could be done once we got everything rolling there. Gotta try and shuffle these items in here a little bit though. This deck is really bad at like stacking everything together. But yeah, if they don't run item removal, then there's like no interactivity here. It is fun. Like once you actually have resources, you can just like, oh, spam items, spam card draw. Oh, and now I'll just spam like 2 more Scrooges and look for more items. It's like it's kind of ridiculous. This deck, I'm only running 3 workshops in this list actually, so 3 is enough. But like you need the 4 Tamatoas and the 4 Scrooges. But hey, we're 3-1 with it. The first game was atrocious. We literally couldn't get past 2 ink because of all the uninkables, so I can't really count that as like saying the deck's bad. We just had like the most unfortunate card draws imaginable. I'm just giving the deck a good shuffle here because the items were all bundled up together. I feel like I need a second playmat just to put all the items on so I have space to play characters when I actually do that. I'm giving up like half my playmat to like the hand overview thing, and then my ink pile is also huge by the end of that game. So he was playing yellow-red. I actually ran into a yellow-red Mufasa deck in the finals of my set champ on the weekend. So, you know, it's a deck that has pretty good matchups into some of the greedier decks like red-blue and red-purple. I don't know what the goal of his red-yellow deck was there. It's got some kind of secret sauce to it. Obviously, it tries to deal with the board a bit by like singing Bee Kings with Ursula and maybe some other tricks with Ariel. It's also running Teeth and Ambition, so you get some damage on his Ursula and then heals it with Rapunzel to draw cards. So interesting list. Hello. Good, how are you?
Cool. Hi, I just watched your video about your set champs.
Oh, nice. Awesome. I'm streaming right now, just so you know.
Absolutely.
Is half cut okay?
Yep. You too?
Yeah. Yeah, I'm testing out new decks this week. I have another set champs this weekend, but I want to play a different deck now that I got the mat. I don't need to keep running the same deck.
Absolutely. It would be silly to run the same deck unless you want multiple. Unless you want multiple.
I mean, yes, but also I want the interesting matchups of a different deck because like
exactly.
More fun for everyone that way.
And then they don't know what you're bringing.
Yeah, exactly. You got to bring the sleeper pick. So I'm keeping 2 T-Pos. I have the opinion that like a T-Po is a horrible draw later in the game, so you always keep the extra T-Pos just as ink in the beginning. I'm putting 4 back. Oof, this is not great. At least we have T-Po. We can T-Po away one of these big Sisus here.
I'll do it. Ready when you are.
Alright, good luck.
Good luck to you.
I'm going to ink Vitalisphere, and for 1, we'll play a Vitalisphere and pass. might end up needing to use both T-pos here if we get more uninkables, so I don't want to ink one just yet. I'll ink the duplicate Vitalosphere.
Engage Jafar. Play Toxic. Draw.
Who's playing the Blurple Jafar list? Should be interesting. I saw this list and it does look cool. Alright, draw. I'm going to ink Tipo for 2. I'll play Tipo, I'll ink that card, and pass.
Same friends.
This could be a tough matchup because he kind of... We don't interact, but then they also don't have to interact with us. And he can still just win quickly. Kind of rely on like board wiping or like them going slow. And he can just like burst us here.
Crab.
Dad's on a game.
Okay, draw. I'm gonna ink Bell for 3. Play Maurice Workshop. I'm gonna pop the Vitalosphere on Tipo and take out Bell. And pass. It'd be really nice if we had a Chromacon here. Or a...
Sorry, my kids are being loud. Ink Tipo, play Genie, draw.
Yeah, no worries. Draw. I'll pay 1 for Vitalosphere, and I'll pay 1 to draw off the workshop. We'll pay 2 for Coil and pass. Alright. We got our wish, we got the Coil, so we might be able to actually get rid of some stuff here, as long as we draw an Inkable, which is kind of asking a lot with this hand, but
Sing friends.
got options.
Ink Elsa. Play 4 for Genie. Draw. And pass.
Okay, draw. I'm gonna Ink Brawl. We'll use the Coil on one of your genies. And then for 3, we'll Sisu that genie. And pass. I could save both, but we also just need to like ink. And if I can ink Shift here, we could potentially get rid of the genie and another character.
I'll pay 2 for the lamp. Banish the lamp to send the CC back to your hand.
Okay.
I'll ink Tamatoa.
An interesting choice, considering that we might be able to just hit his genie again, but okay, draw. I'll ink Grandma. We'll give -2 to one of your genies, and then I'll Sisu it again. And pass. Be nice, he's on 7 ink if he plays a Jafar here. We could like ink Sapphire Coil, the Jafar, Shift Sisu, and get both characters.
I'll pay 2 for the land. I'll pay 4.
Hey, thanks for the follow.
Pay Jafar. I'll banish the lamp, sending Sisu back, and I'll draw 2.
I mean, him constantly sending back Sisu here is actually like not too bad for us because we keep just like removing his Jafars.
Ink a Tifa. Play a popsicle. Draw. Quest 2. Pass.
Okay, bro.
6 at hand.
So is Jafar, he gets strength equal to your hand size? Is that how it works?
Yeah, so he's a 6-5 right now, yeah.
Okay. Alright, I'm going to do 2 for a coil. I'll pay 1 to draw off workshop. I will ink Tipo. I'll give -2 to both characters. I'm just going to pay 3 to Sisu the Genie. And pass.
Draw.
So double coil now. We can really get his characters with the big Sisu. Hey, Baby Bun. Yeah, I do actually... This deck is pretty fun to pilot. It's a lot different than the other like red-blue DKP style lists, but once you get your items going and workshop going, it's actually pretty sick. So I am enjoying it. There's a lot more actions per turn, I find, with this deck. But yeah, I've played red-blue. I've won set champs in the past with it. I think red-blue is a really good deck, so it's fun to play with all the powerful cards and lots of ink. Main thing here is that he's gone through like 3 genies and his lore is only still at 4, so we're doing a good job of containing him even though we don't have a lot of cards and he has a lot. We just gotta hope we get like a popsicle and chain some stuff here. We can get our hand refilled off the workshop.
I'll pay 6 for a Tamatoa.
Yeah, and I think here he like, I guess he's getting the lamps back, but like maybe you do like a lamp and a popsicle. The list should be posted on my creator page. If you just click on my Dreamborn link there, the deck list should be like the first one in the list.
2 lamps. Ink Tipo. Play a lamp. I will banish the lamp to draw 2. I have 8 cards in hand. 8. And I will...
It's gonna be very hard to get rid of the Jafar until he shifts it, because 8 is a lot. Right, draw. I'm gonna do 4 for how far I'll go.
Okay.
I put that one in ink, that one in my hand. And I'll pass there. So I could take the Sisu there and like the double coil the Tamatoa and then like Sisu the Tamatoa. But I kind of need to get actual card draw going for me, so I'm going to take the Tamatoa so we can recur some items and start chaining some workshop stuff. I don't know if it's the right play. I can see an argument both ways. My counter is that I have the shift Sisu, so I can potentially wipe his character next turn anyway. Not sure which one is the best. I just want him to shift the Jafar so we can do the board wipe.
I will. Pay 2 for another land. I'll ink a crab. Cards in hand?
I have 2 cards.
2 cards. Alright. If you have a quest for 2. I will pay 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Shift your fire.
Hey, there it is.
Banish the lamp. Draw 2, gain 2.
Yeah, it makes sense for him to quest first because the other one quests for more, so if he's not singing a song, then he gets an extra lore this way. But now we can, as long as we hit an inkable, although I could ink the Tamatoa, but we hit an inkable here, we just shift or hard cast and wipe his 2 characters off.
Guess I'll pay 1 for a croquet mallet. And I will pass.
Okay.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 in hand.
Alright, draw. Okay, we'll ink sail. I'll give -2 to Tamatoa and -2 to Jafar.
Yep.
And then I'll do 8 for Big Sisu. And then I'll quest for 1 and pass.
You got it, you got it. Draw. I will go. Cards in hand now? Is it
Just
1?
1, yeah.
Yeah.
To hope he can't just like keep playing Jafaris here.
The big one.
Yeah.
Obviously. How do I say? Some people actually ask if I think it's obvious. I'll sing Friends with Bell. 2. Ink, sail, and I'll fox the Hades back. And pass.
Okay. Draw. We'll do 1 for Vitalosphere. I'll pay 1 to draw off Workshop. I'm gonna ink Fishbone Quill. I'll give -4 to Bell.
Okay.
And then I'll pay 1 to use the Vitalosphere on Sisu. I'll take out Bell, takes no damage. For 6, I'll play Tamatoa. And I'll bring back the 2 Vitalospheres. I'll pay 1 for Vitalosphere, and then 1 to draw off Workshop. And I will tap these 4, play Scrooge for free. I'll look for an item. I will take a Workshop. And we'll pass there.
Draw. Card in hand?
I have 2. Yeah, this deck doesn't have Pirate's Life, so I can't really slow him down. I just have to hope that we can stall enough. Like a B prep would be pretty nice, honestly. But at least the Vitalospheres, we can keep doing trades on his stuff. So if he like exerts the Fox, we can double coil it, and then Sisu can take it out. But I would just like to B prep this board. Wrong. I'll do 3 for Workshop, and then 1 to draw off the other Workshop. Do 1 for Popsicle, draw for Popsicle, and then I will draw for first Workshop, draw for second Workshop. Do 1 for Vitalosphere, and then I'll pay 1 for the first Workshop. I'm gonna ink Sail for 3. Play Quill. I'll pay 1 to draw off Workshop. I'm gonna tap Quill, and I will ink that one. And I'll quest for 2 and pass. So we only have 2 B preps in the deck, so I'm just drawing as much as possible, trying to get it. But there's not a lot we can do to stop him if we don't get it. Like Big Sisu could take out some stuff, but Jafar having so much strength is tough. And he's got a million cards in his hand as well. Just have to hope he doesn't have like Shift Jafar. If he exerts that Jafar, we can just take it out with a character plus Vitalosphere.
6 for Tamatoa. 2 lamps.
But this deck is a tough matchup for this deck, I would say. we definitely need to do something here, though. He's got 8 showing.
Quest of 16. And pass.
Okay. Draw. I'll do 1 for Popsicle, draw. I'll pay 1 for the first workshop, draw. Pay 1 for the second workshop, draw. We'll quest for 1. And then I'll do 7 for B prep.
Yep.
Then I'll banish a Popsicle to play Bell for free. Do 1 for Popsicle, draw. Going to tap Fishbone Quill to ink a card. And then for 4, play Grammatala, look at the top 2. That one on bottom. And we'll pass. If we can get our dime set up, we might be able to steal a game here. But I haven't seen the dime yet. Of course, the worry is that he can just like get a Jafar down, so I took the B prep as insurance here. We can't leave him with a shift Jafar situation. Yeah, so now we have to B prep because we can't risk the shift. Okay. Draw. Okay, I'll quest for 2. And then we'll B prep. Going to see what I have for items. I'm gonna pop a Popsicle, and then for 6, Tamatoa, bring back the Popsicles. We'll ink Tipo. We'll do 1 for Popsicle, draw. 1 for Workshop, draw. 1 for Workshop, draw. I use Fishbone Quill, ink a card, and we'll do 1 for Popsicle, draw. Banish a Popsicle to play Bell for free. And pass. So still no dime yet, but if he can't remove the Tamatoa, we might get to play it for free, and we can do that. We might be able to win the game next turn, as long as we can get the dime. Well, rip to that plan, but
Keepers.
yeah, so right now we have 10 items, so we could gain, we play a dime and Tamatoa, we would be gaining 12. Draw. We'll do 4 for how far I'll go. Ink that one. And I'll give the -2 to Hades off that ink.
Mm-hmm.
And then for 8, we'll play Big Sisu. That's for 1. And pass. I want to put the bigger lore pressure on the board.
I'll do 3 for crab. Ink a snake and
Draw. Alright, I'm going to use Fishbone Quill to ink 1, and I'll give -2 to each of your characters.
Mm-hmm.
And then I'll do 3 for Brawl on Hades. I'll do 3 for Sisu on Crab. Quest for 1. What do I have in here? And I'll do 5, 6, 7, 8 for Tamatoa. Bring back Popsicle. 1 for Popsicle. Draw. 1 for Workshop. Draw. 1 for other Workshop. Draw. Do 4 for Grammatala. Look at the top 2. That one on bottom. I tap 4 items. Play Scrooge for free. Look at the top 4. And I put Lucky Diamond hand. And those on bottom. And pass.
draw.
And the dime was down deep. I'm just trying to get to the dime.
That's a GG.
All right, good game.
Yep.
Yeah, it's a crazy matchup. Well, I paid 6 and I didn't get to it until like basically the end. So I don't think I would have been able to play it and get it. I guess I'd have to rethink that, but yeah, I mean, I get what you're saying. I think that, yeah, I probably should have just like set 6 ink aside for like emergency purposes and then did all the digging first to see if I could hit it and then get the game there. Kind of thought he had it when he got up to 16. I think that if he didn't bounce my Sisu in the early game so many times and he just quested the genies, then he probably could have won that game before we were in a situation where we could have beat him, but he just like kept giving us back the Sisu. So I was happy about that. I think that was like a misplay. Because I mean, I killed 3 genies with the 1 small Sisu, so it was fortunate for us because like his deck obviously way faster than our deck. The amount of cards that I have to put everywhere while I play this deck, though, is crazy. Like, just the space management of the deck is wild. Because my playmat's like half taken up by the hand view for the stream. And like the amount of ink I had, I just have to like throw it all in a pile by the end. And then the items, I kind of want to leave them out so that way the opponent can see what I have. But like they take up so much space, then I have like a tiny little square left for the characters. It's a kind of an unconventional deck. Can imagine like how devastating one Find 'em and Flatten 'em would be into this whole setup, but we managed to get there. I do like the Blurple Jafar list. That's something that maybe I could consider playing on stream for fun later in the week or something, just to see how it goes. But we're at 4-1 with the item deck, so we're at 80%. And the first game we bricked super hard. So like I'm willing to say that we could be potentially 5-0 if that didn't happen. Like if we didn't get stuck on 2 ink. Like it's crazy to think you couldn't get to 3 with a coil down and 2 small Sisus in hand, and they have a Diablo, and you just like never get your 3rd ink to remove it. That was wild. But yeah, this deck once it gets rolling is really strong. It is, you know, contingent on a couple of like important cards. The Saf Coil is huge, and the Workshop is like the complete engine of this deck now that Hiram is no more. But it's nice once you get a lot of items, then it's like, oh, now I'll play a Scrooge for free, and then I'll play a Bell for free and stuff. So it is pretty sick, I would say. It's worth running. I'd say that it is like a competitive deck. I think that it also like it would go really good into the traditional red blue list because they don't have a way to interact with the items, and they're also a little bit slow. They don't like get their manners down to pressure you, then it could be a problem. But all the Vitalospheres also are pretty useful. We're running 4 of those to help deal with like the trade ups or the trades into locations. All right, so let's try another one. We have time for at least one more. These games are a bit on the longer side.
Hello.
Hey, how's it going?
Not bad. How are you?
Oh, pretty good. I'm streaming right now, just so you know.
No worries.
You good
Nice
with that
map.
half cut?
Yeah.
Have you played any set champs?
I haven't got a chance to now.
No.
Hopefully this weekend I can get to one.
Yeah.
Four back for me.
Okay, I'm gonna do 2. You ready?
Yep.
All right, good luck.
Good luck. Have fun.
I'm gonna Ink a Scrooge, and we'll pay 1 for Vitalosphere and pass.
Draw. Ink of Chernobog followers. 4 followers. Yes.
Okay, draw. I'm gonna Ink Tamatoa for 2. Play Sail. Draw a card. Going to Ink Vitalosphere and for 1, I'll play a Vitalosphere and pass.
Sure. Draw.
Yeah, it's crazy. And all I'm drawing is Vitalospheres. I've like gone through all 4 in this opening. Kind of thought about not playing it so I could play Workshop and then play it, but I think we just play Workshop. And then the following turn play Coiled and play Scrooge for free.
Yes.
Okay, draw. I'm gonna do 3 for Maurice Workshop. We'll Ink Tipo and pass. The Scrooge being free here will be nice.
Ink a goat.
Also nice that he popped the
Scrooge,
Chernabog.
Calhoun.
Could have kept that on the board and got some more lore. We're not
Followers.
playing anything.
Pass for 2. Pass to you.
Okay, draw. I will do 2 for Sapphire Coil. I'll pay 1 to draw off Workshop. We're gonna ink Fishbone Quill. I will pay, I guess, I'm gonna exert all these to play Scrooge for free. For an item. I'm gonna put a Fishbone Quill in hand.
Okay.
I'll pay 1 and pop Vitalis Sphere. Scrooge will rush into Smee. Guess I should have used the coil on him, but oh well. Pass.
Okay. Draw.
Yeah, I should have coiled him, taken away 2 strength, but the math is going to basically be the same. Like Calhoun would still be able to kill it.
We'll trade Calhoun and Scrooge. 2.
At least we have items here so we can immediately start
1.
drawing off Workshop. Looking for those answers. Being able to play a character for free after like playing all of those items is really like really great tempo. Draw. Okay, I'll do 1 for Popsicle, draw, and draw for Workshop. Gonna ink a Fishbone Quill. We'll give -2 to Calhoun. It's not gonna matter, but I'll do 4 for how far I'll go. Put that one in ink, that one in hand. Gonna tap all 4 items to play a Scrooge. Look for an item. I'm gonna put a Popsicle in hand. And we'll pass.
Okay.
Yeah, we're just keeping the Scrooge train alive. Making it so he can't enjoy his questing as much. Slowing him down here. Hopefully we'll get into like a board wipe or something soon.
Quest, pop, draw. 4 for goat. Yeah, I'll pass.
Okay, draw. I'll do 1 for Popsicle, draw. 1 to draw off Workshop. Do 2 for another coil, 1 to draw off Workshop. I'm going to ink Tipo for 2. Okay, so I'm going to do 2 for a third coil, and then 1 to draw off Workshop. And then I will pass. I just want to get all of this set up so now no matter what he plays, we can like big Sisu all his characters here basically.
just quest for 2 and pass.
Okay, draw. We'll do 4 for Grandma. Look at the top 2. I will put that one in hand, that one on bottom. I'm going to ink Grandma. We'll give -4 to Goat and -2 to Calhoun.
Okay.
Scrooge will take out Goat, takes no damage. I'm gonna pay 1 to use the Vitalis Sphere on Grandma. She'll take out Calhoun, takes 1 damage. I'm gonna pay 3 for Quill, and then 1 to draw off Workshop. I'm gonna banish a Popsicle to play Bell for free. I'm gonna tap Quill, ink a card, and then I'll pay 1 for Popsicle, draw, and pass.
Okay. Draw.
So I was able to get rid of his stuff without playing the Sisu, so now we still have the Sisu as a bomb that we can drop later. There's not too many things he can play that we won't be able to get rid of everything with the amount of coils that we have on the board. We have a good stall, and now we're building out a board here. Yeah, so I can do 2 Tamatoas. Roger, just check your DMs. But he doesn't have 4. Is this deck making you want to play?
3 for Pete.
Okay.
Ink Snake for turn and pass.
Okay. Draw. I'm going to do 8 for Tamatoa. I'll return the Popsicle to my hand. Pay 1, play Popsicle, draw. I'm going to pay 1 to draw off Workshop. I'll banish a Popsicle to play a Bell for free. And I'll quest for 1, 2, 3. And we'll pass there. So now with all these items on deck, this Tamatoa is providing like tremendous pressure, and like he might have a Zeus, but like it's very unlikely in Purple Steel that he's got a good way to deal with this. And if he goes wide with his board to like try and take it out next turn, then we just like ink and like wipe his board with Sisu. So like this game feels like it's probably over unless he's got some tricks up his sleeves, but our board state here is extremely strong. And like we just win in 2 turns thanks to this Tamatoa with 1 billion items. This deck might actually like be the sauce. Seems very OP, I'm not gonna lie, once it's like going. And like I don't know what Steel Song could do to this other than like pray that they quest faster than it.
Well, Zeus Scrooge. 6+1. Hit.
Okay. Draw. Okay. So if I quest for 3, that brings me to 6. Can do 7 for a dime.
Yep.
Now I have 8 items, so Tamatoa makes 9. So he quests to 15, and then dime to 24.
Yep.
All right, GG.
GG's.
Yeah, this deck is crazy when it goes off.
I bricked with this was my hand.
Oh yeah, all those songs and not enough bodies to really support them.
Nope. Yeah. Yeah, that was a good
All right, good game.
Have a good stream.
Yeah, you too. All right, top deck dime there was absolutely vicious. Took the 2 turn clock down to like just GG. Yeah, the thing is, even if he didn't have those songs and he had characters, the triple coil meant that like we would have just like did a full board wipe with the Sisu, and then we would still have that game anyway. Like we were just in a great position. He didn't get far enough ahead to really threaten anything. And the turn where I thought I would have to Sisu, and then we just like did the Vitalosphere and the Sapphire Coil trades, meant that we just had we had board and we had hand control and we just had a big threat. So only certain decks can deal with the big Tamatoa when you play them. Other decks rely on like challenging it or that. So yeah, this deck seems quite strong. Hey Kit, happy Monday to you too. So we're doing a stream. We're playing red blue, the item variant. Trying it out to see how it goes. It does feel really good. I did play in a set champs this weekend, and I got first. I put out a video earlier today on my YouTube channel talking about the deck list that I played and the matchups that I had. So if you don't follow me on YouTube yet, click on the link. It's in the chat and it's on my profile page here. Subscribe to my YouTube channel. I do put out regular videos there. Yeah, I got first place at set champs. I didn't lose a single game on Saturday. It was 5 rounds and then cut to top 8. And I played the first 4 rounds. I 2-0'd all my opponents. I did an intentional draw in round 5, so like I didn't win every game of the day. But and then at top 8 I 2-0'd, top 4 I 2-0'd, and in the finals I 2-0'd. So I didn't drop an individual match. So it felt really strong. I was playing Steel Song, and now that I've got my mat, I can, I guess, retire that deck for this set. Play something else. I think Steel Song is fun, but I also like the challenge of playing different decks and seeing how I can do. But it took me 3 tries, because I made top 4 with Steel Song twice in the previous weekend, and then lost to Churna Dogs both times. All right, we'll play. We have time for at least one more here, I think. Hey, Jana. Hey, that's awesome. I'm glad that you had success with it as well. What deck did you drop a game against? I feel like it's fair to say that Steel Song's probably like the best deck in the meta. Like, there's probably only like 3 or 4 decks that are like tier 1, and it's probably like the best of the tier 1 decks into most things. No, I didn't get to play against Roger because Roger was battling it out in the middle of the pack, or bottom middle of the pack, I guess. Blurple. Oh yeah, on the draw. Yeah, Blurple, I guess if they hit all the right things in ramp, they can kind of fight back, but on the play, Blurple should be like an easy win for sure. Any deck that relies a lot on characters to curve out, Steel Song just like takes away those characters and then runs away with the game because they don't have a board wipe. Yeah, I mean, I feel the same way, Kit, that like I like to go into a set champs or a tournament without my opponents knowing what deck I'm playing, try to shark the meta a little bit. But the trade-off to that is that means you have to play something that's not the best deck or the deck that you're known for playing. Yeah, if you have all those evasives, you definitely need like all your long game Zeus to come on at the right time, or the big aerial also helps. Hello.
Hey, what's up, buddy?
Not too much. Just I'm streaming right now, just so you know.
Yeah, sounds good.
I like your playmat.
Thanks. It's the kids.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm a big Charizard fan, so. You good with the half cut?
Yeah, I'm good with that. Same?
Yeah. I'm gonna put 1 back.
Okay.
The red-blue items deck that I'm playing, the link is on my creator page on Dreamborn.
I'll do 4.
If you just go to the link that's posted in the chat or in my profile here, it should be like the first deck listed. We're doing good with it tonight, though. We're 5-1, so we're at like 83% win. And the first game was insane. That I just didn't get any ink. All right, good luck.
All right. Likewise, bud.
I'm gonna ink Fishbone Quill for 1. I'll play Popsicle, draw, and pass.
All right. I'll drop.
We don't have ramp here, but we do have a lot of items and the ability then to play Scrooge for free. So trying out this line, I don't know if I should have mulled harder, but
play Robin Hood. Here we go.
All right. Green Steel like mid-range maybe. Draw. I'm gonna ink Sapphire Coil for 2. I'll play Sapphire Coil and pass.
All right. Draw. Ink the strength. Play a morph. And we'll quest 1. Here we go.
Okay, draw. Gonna ink Grandma for 3. Play Maurice Workshop and pass.
All right. Let Diablo go. We'll shift Beast.
It's playing
we'll
like
go 3.
Green Steel discard with Robin Hood, I guess.
Here we go.
Okay, draw. We'll do 1 for Popsicle, draw. I'm going to pay 1 to draw off the workshop.
Yep.
Pay 1 for Vitalosphere. I'm going to tap these 4, play Scrooge for free, look for an item.
Okay.
I'm going to take Fishbone Quill.
It goes to hand.
It does, yeah.
Okay.
We're going to ink the Fishbone Quill. I'll use the coil to give -2 attack to Beast.
Yep.
I'll pay 1 to pop Vitalosphere, give him +2 in Rush, and he'll take out Beast.
Okay.
And then he takes 1 damage. And I'm going to play Bell for free, banishing a Popsicle. And I'll use this Popsicle to heal Scrooge. And pass. So, yeah, incredible value for a turn where we just, like, basically play a character for free. And 2 characters for free, draw cards, move items around, and we get rid of the beast. Like, that's a huge swing turn right there. Like, some of these cards feel a little bit busted that you could just do that to your opponent. And now if he shifts the Robin Hood, he can't take out the Scrooge.
I'll ink Big Robin Hood and pass.
Okay. Draw. Scrooge is going to sing How Far I'll Go. We'll ink that one. I'm going to give -2 to Ursula. For 3, I'll play Sisu on Ursula.
Yep.
Okay, I'm going to ink Grandma. Pay 1 for Vitalosphere, and then I'll pay 1 to draw off Workshop. And I will quest for 1 with Bell.
Okay.
And pass.
Draw. And cards in hand then?
I have 2 cards. So now we still have Sing and Shift Sisu here, and we could like wipe his whole board again. So the pieces are just really coming together in this game. And this is without
Storm Sisu.
This is like without ramp. Okay, so now we can't play the Sisu this turn, but
Draw.
even without ramp, like this is crazy that our board is this strong, our hands in a good position.
And we'll play Ursula.
Okay.
Okay, thank you. And
So that hurts a little bit. It would have been nice to have been able to sing that. Wrong. We'll do 3 for Sisu on Ursula. And then I'll quest for 2. And pass. Obviously now he knows we have the big Sisu, so he's not going to play into that in theory. But we do have the shift again. Good thing about like the workshop setup is that all we have to do is draw an item, and even if we're on like 0 cards, we can suddenly start refilling our hand, which is good into like the discard matchup. It's hard for him to like keep us because like we haven't. I think we played 1 Popsicle.
You have 1 card, right?
That's right.
Okay. Shift Robin, take out Bell.
Yep.
Gain 2, and your go.
Okay, wrong. And your Robin has 3 damage.
Yep. Sorry.
Okay, we'll ink Tamatoa. We'll give the -2 to Robin. And
Yep.
then I'll shift Sisu. And quest for 4. And pass. I have 0 cards.
Gotcha. I'll play
I
5
could have
for
just
Beast
like
and
coiled there, but I wanted to take away that card draw from Robin.
I'll pass.
Okay, draw. I'll quest for 4 and pass.
All right. Go for Beast and turn.
So I don't want to ink the brawl because I want to be able to brawl his beast next turn, hopefully. But he can't ignore this big Sisu for very long because it's questing for 3 here.
I think Diablo. Play Diablo and I will. I'll pass.
Okay. Draw. Alright, we'll ink brawl. I'll give -2 to Beast, and then for 8, I'll play another Sisu.
Nice.
Yeah, that was a good top deck.
Good game.
GG.
Yep. Have a good one.
Yeah, you too. Yeah, that that game felt crazy. Like the turns that I did to him are like a little bit overpowered. Like we took out a beast earlier off a crazy turn with the Vitalosphere and the free Scrooge, and like playing a Bell, and then getting another big Sisu there just to like fully wipe his board. This deck kind of goes crazy sometimes. Obviously, I'm getting some like top deck luck there, but the fact that some of these cards can be played that way is really strong. So we're at 6-1 now, so we're at 85% win rate with this deck. I feel like the first game got away from me. We should be like 7-0, honestly. I really like this deck. It's a lot of fun, and it's more powerful than I thought it would be when I started playing it. It also, the deck has some skill expression to it, because like there's different lines for different matchups. Like the way that I had to play against the Blurple Jafar deck, much different than the way that I have to play against like the Purple Steel deck, and so on. Whereas like certain decks always have like the same game plan no matter what. This deck has different ways that you can play it. That time, you know, playing without ramp and still just like absolutely dominating the like early mid game. It seems pretty good. So we'll do one more game and then I'm gonna end the stream after that. But we'll see how it goes. We're at 6-1. Let's see if we can get to 7-1. Hey, how's it going?
Good, how are you?
Pretty good. I'm streaming right now, just so you know.
That's okay.
You good with a half cut?
Yep.
Hey, Phil. What beats this? I don't know. Definitely not normal red blue, I don't think. So probably some deck could outvalue it, or you just gotta run like the item hate maybe. Hyper aggro probably also beats it. Alright. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. We're going to keep the 2 T-Pos because, as I said before, he's a junk card later, so keep him and ink him right off the start so you don't draw into it later when it hurts.
I'll put 3 back.
I'm going to put 1 back.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, Chernadogs, any deck that can like go wide aggro, if you don't get your board wipe answer, then yeah, that could beat it. But the little Sisus can pick off almost all of their characters, even without the help of a coil. So the Sisus and the Brawls can maybe slow it down. So I think it's got defense against the Chernadogs, but be interested to play that matchup out and see how it goes. All right, good luck.
You too.
I'm going to ink Tipo, and for 1, we'll play a Popsicle draw, and I will banish the Popsicle for Bell and pass. Hey, top deck's coming through big.
I'll ink a goat. 1 for Daisy and pass.
Okay, draw. What want to play here is the question. I'm going to ink Vitalosphere for 2. I'll play Tipo, and I will ink that card, and I'll quest for 1 and pass.
Draw.
Yeah, I mean, a Purple Steel burn deck might be okay, but I just played against Purple Steel like 2 games ago, and that matchup felt like it was fully in control.
Ink the Fox for 2. We'll play 2 Diablos. No pass.
Okay. Draw. And an ink Vitalosphere for 4. Play Grandma. Put that one in hand, that one on bottom, and we'll pass.
Draw.
I think he's playing like yellow purple hyper aggro here, so we'll see how it goes. I'm gonna try and ramp up to Sisu. Glad I didn't exert here.
2 pass.
Draw. Grandma is gonna sing How Far I'll Go. Ink that one, put that one in hand. For 3, I'm gonna play a Workshop. For 1, Popsicle, draw. And I will take out the 2 Diablos.
Okay. Draw 2.
And pass.
Draw.
I was really hoping to draw an inkable there, not another Workshop, so I could have inked, but didn't get a chance. Hopefully we'll just draw a little Sisu and get there faster. Obviously he could like crab into Tala, boost Daisy, kill Bell, play Rapunzel, draw 3. He's got plays here, but I already exerted the Tala, so it's no more harm really in just exerting everything.
Take out Tala. Buff Daisy, take out Bell.
Yep.
For Rapunzel, draw 3.
Yep. Like I said. Draw. For 3, I'll play a Workshop. I'll pay 1 to draw off the first Workshop. I'm gonna ink Coil, and I'll pass.
Draw.
The only benefit here is that he's only at 2 lore, despite playing like a more aggro deck. And then if we have to play Sisu 2 turns in a row, we'll probably deplete most of his resources, hopefully. But it would be so much nicer to be 1 ink ahead of where we are right now.
Oh, quest 4.
Okay,
Daisy trigger.
Grammatala.
Okay.
Well, it's nice that there's a character there.
Lantern.
There's a good chance in this deck of not hitting
Snake.
characters.
Lantern +3. Genie. Draw. Pass.
Like, yeah, if we had to ink that turn, we'd be Sisuing all the stuff off the board. Draw. We'll do 3 for workshop. Pay 1 to draw off the first workshop. Pay 1 to draw off the second workshop. Ink Grandma will pay 2 for Sapphire Coil. I'm gonna banish Popsicle to play Bell for free. And we'll pass there. So at least now we're set up for our double Sisu turns. And we have a coil, so if he plays something bigger, we can also snag it. But he's going up to 12 here, which is annoying.
Genie will sing. Draw 2.
I actually don't mind him drawing here. Anything to like keep his lore total down is good for us. Even if it comes at the expense of like more resources. Because we're playing the long, slow game here.
Rapunzel will sing. Draw 2.
Alright, well now he's got like a million cards. He's gone through 3 friends already.
Oh, quest for 2 with Daisy. Okay. Two for Lantern. Ink Wendy Darling. 2 lanterns +1. Fox, I'll bounce. Daisy. Go. One for Daisy and pass.
Okay, draw. And that Ink Grandma will coil Fox. And then we'll do 8 for Sisu. Plus for 2. And pass.
Draw. How many cards in it?
I have 2.
Okay.
So he's still got, looks like 7 cards there. He's got lanterns for cheapening his stuff. But he doesn't do a threatening board. We can do Tamatoa, bring back Popsicle, set up some card draws.
We'll go 2 lanterns +6. Elsa, I'll freeze Sisu and Belt. One for Chernobygs and pass.
Draw. Right, I'm going to ink Tamatoa. We'll do Coil on Elsa. Then I'll do 8 for another Sisu. Press for 1. And pass.
Draw.
The Elsa is scary. Didn't really expect that. But also, Coil Sisu says GTFO.
2 lanterns plus
Hey, John.
2 genie.
So we're out of, well, we still have more Sisus in the deck, but we're going to have to get something else. Although Tamatoa is going to bring back 2 Popsicles here. We can start chaining some stuff together. But also, we can just outrace him now. Like, he's only at 8. We can quest up to 12 this turn if he doesn't do anything.
Ink Elsa.
And then he's got to answer us, right? So
6 Yzma onto a Sisu. Doesn't matter which one.
sure. If I shuffle draw 2, is that it?
Yep. And I'll pass.
Half cut. Draw 2. And then draw for turn. How many cards do you have?
3.
Okay. Quest for 2. Sisu will sing B Prep. We'll do 6 for Tamatoa. And bring back Popsicle and Popsicle. Do 1 for Pops, draw. I'll pay 1 for Workshop, draw. Pay another 1 for the next Workshop, draw. We'll ink Tipo. Pay 1 for Vitalosphere. And pass.
Alright. Draw. Let's go. 2 lanterns.
We're doing pretty good. We're at like 6-1 or
Yep.
7-1 with this deck, so it's feeling pretty strong.
3 Fox, bounce the goat. One for Daisy. S.
Okay, draw. Okay, I'm gonna quest for 2. I'll pay a Fishbone Quill for free. And then I'll pay 1 to draw off the first Workshop. Pay 1 to draw off the second Workshop. Pay 1 to draw off the third Workshop. Going to ink Tamatoa. We'll give -2 to Fox. And then I'll do 3 for Brawl on Fox. Then I'll do 3 to Sisu the Daisy. And I chuck this Popsicle play Bell for free. I'm going to turn these 4 to play Scrooge for free. Look at the top 4. I'm going to put a Sapphire Coil in hand. Pay 1 for Popsicle, draw. Gonna pay 1 for the Workshop to draw. We'll get rid of this Popsicle, play Bell for free, and I will pass.
All right.
Yeah, so this deck goes absolutely insane.
Go for goat. 2 for Wendy. 1 for Daisy. Pass.
Okay. How many cards do you have?
None left.
Okay. Draw. Okay, quest for 2. Play Popsicle for free, draw. And I'll pay 1 for Workshop 1. Workshop 2. Workshop 3. Gonna ink a Fishbone Quill, and we'll give -2 to the goat. Scrooge is gonna sing How Far I'll Go. Take that one, put that one in ink. Give -2 to goat again. And then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Shift Sisu. And then quest for 5. And I'll pass. I mean, I could do more, but it's over. I don't want to BM here. I do so much stuff in one turn.
You got it.
All right, GG.
GG.
Yeah, so I mean, we just beat up hyper aggro type deck here too, right? So, yeah, this deck feels not too bad, not too bad. Seems pretty strong into a lot of different matchups, honestly. I like it. Feels a little bit OP. There's just turns where you're doing a lot of stuff basically for free, or like, excuse me, almost like no cost. And then Vitalosphere, and yeah, there's a lot of crazy combos with this deck, but he had a crazy amount of cards in his hand at one point there. He had like 10, and we still wiped his board, wiped his board, wiped his board, wiped his board, and took it out there. Yeah, Phil says throwing your wallet at your opponent remains good. Yeah, the Tamatoas are expensive for sure. They're not as bad as they were though. They've come down. I think they're like half the price they were at peak, but yeah, it's still a pricey deck. There's no sharks in here though, so that part of it's okay. But the Sisu's also kind of expensive. Yeah, so we're 7-1, 87.5% win rate. And like I said, the first game was an anomaly. I think that we should be 8-0, honestly. This deck feels a little bit cracked, so maybe this is a deck that's worth running this weekend. We'll see. So that's it for the stream. I'm going to hop off now, but thanks for everyone who is hanging out. We're doing set champs decks again all week. I'm tempted to play this again tomorrow because, like, honestly, it feels a bit busted. So had a lot of fun into like a lot of different matchups. It felt fine. Wasn't like we just got good matchups for the deck. We did have a couple close ones, like the Blurple Jafar deck seems like a good counter to this deck, but went pretty well. So thanks for checking it out. If you're not following me yet, hit the follow button. If you're on YouTube, subscribe to the channel. I did drop a new video today about my set champs win on the weekend. So if you want to check that out, that'd be awesome. But I'll be back on again tomorrow evening, streaming. Might play this deck, we might play a different one. We'll see how it goes. But thanks for everyone who is hanging out in the chat, and we'll see you again.